Hello. Okay. So my name is Beth Osmer. I'm very new to YouTube. We are working on building a YouTube channel so that I can support other spiritual warriors out there and in speaking their truths, being in their power, releasing old programming, releasing things that don't no longer serve you. And so we are here to spread the message. But today I want to talk about I went and saw a comedian. My husband and I saw this comedian a couple weeks ago, and his opening bit was all about the COVID mask. And the joke was that everywhere he went, all he heard was, put your mask on, put your mask on, put your mask on, put your mask on, put your mask on. And he probably said it about 30 times. And he said it in this really funny way. And the way he was describing it was like all of the quote unquote like Karens out there that were mask monitoring everyone to keep their mask on. Now, I lived in San Francisco during the time of the pandemic. I don't live in San Francisco anymore. And that was my experience. There were a lot of people that were like the hall monitor, mask monitor, all of the things. And there were people wearing double masks. There were people wearing double masks with the visors, and there were people driving in their car by themselves with masks. We didn't in San Francisco. We did not go anywhere with that. People did not go anywhere without a mask. That's including hiking, biking, playing tennis, anything outdoors. People did not have a mask. Now, what I wanted to do this video on was as we're sort of coming out of this now, and here in Arizona, I've been here almost a year and I've never put a mask on. People, it's just a completely different culture. It's completely different. But in San Francisco, I complied and I did what I did and I put the mask on. Now, as a spiritual warrior, there were things that were going on in the pandemic that I'm not going to fully go into right now that I just was not aligned with. There were like truths that I saw. And as soon as it hit, there were some truths that I just saw. My psychic abilities became more on fire than they have ever been. Now, as a spiritual warrior, we are seekers of truth even when the truth is uncomfortable, even when the truth may cost us friendships, maybe the truth costs you jobs, maybe the truth costs you relationships, whatever it is, we stand for truth at all costs. Now, during the pandemic, there were some things and some truths that I felt I saw that I felt were authentically true, but I didn't. I had to use discernment. I had to use grace. I had to be smart in navigating it because I am a mom and I had to be really smart in navigating it. And there were times when it was like so painful that my body could feel vibration of certain truths that felt true to me, that felt intuitive to me. And it would be painful to pretend that there was another truth going on. And when I look back on it, I stood as tall as I could. I stood in as much truth as I could. And there are going to be times in your life, in my life, especially in the 20s, the 2020s, 23, 24, 25, 2027, 28, we are going to be up against massive change, massive revolution, massive tyranny, massive awakening if we choose to. And there's going to be more things coming. That's the way that my guides have shown me. That's the way that my body feels, that there's something else coming. There's going to be something else that's going to come in the collective that's going to, again, like COVID, either wake us up or shut us down. And some people, it's going to wake up more, and some people, it's going to shut down more, just like COVID. But there's going to be something else. This is my intuition. I don't know if it's true, but this is what I'm feeling into. And as that is happening, and I do feel, and my guides have shown me that the 20s are going to be this opportunity for us humans, it is actually set up as a time that we can actually step into true freedom from the matrix, so to speak, the true freedom from our program, the true freedom of who we are meant to be if we choose it. And a lot of these things, as hard as they've been, if we look at the cosmic meaning and the true meaning of what's behind them, is an opportunity for us to truly rise and come into who we are. Now, we're going to be faced with more put your mask on type of situations coming up in the near future. And the big question that I'm asking myself as we do that is, how am I going to be in that? How am I going to be in relationship with the next put your mask on situation? It's a great question to ask yourself when as these things start coming down the pike. And this is not about to be paranoid. Don't live in the future. I have to always talk myself out of it because I can feel into what is possibly, it's not written in stone, going to happen. And we get to live in the now. We get to live who we are now. But it's not just about like what's going to happen in the collective. Are you living your truth now? And this is not about being right. Right? It's not about, so many people want to be right now. It's like, I want to be right, you're right, wrong, we're right. It's not about that. It's like when the next thing happens, or that anything that's happened currently in your life that you feel intuitively, and you know there is something that you feel in your body, how are you going to be in relationship with the truth? How are you going to be in relationship with the truth? We have a huge opportunity as a human species right now. So buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be a ride, and we're going to be in it together. And it is absolutely a time for awakening if we choose it. All right. My name is Beth Osmer. And again, we are building this channel. We are brand new to this channel. I've been doing shamanic work with people for over 18 years. And I work with groups and I work with people individually. But as we're preparing for whatever it is that's coming in the 20s, we're not hoping, our intention is to reach more people through this channel. So if you happen to come across one of my videos, I never thought I'd say this, like and subscribe to it. It will help boost this as we're going, as we're talking about spiritual warriorship. All right, my name is Beth Osmer, and I will see you on the next video.